911, what is the address of your emergency? On the other end of the line, a woman's voice was just a faint whisper. It was desperate. Then it was gone, interrupted by a man's anger shout. The undeniable sound of a struggle and then dead air. For a dispatcher in Harris County, Texas, this was no ordinary dropped call. It was the start of a horrifying mystery that would unravel a 5-year long secret hidden inside a $1 million home. In the 3900 block of Crown Ridge Court in Clear Lake, Texas, James and Ruby Johnson lived in a home that, on paper, looked like the suburban dream, with a 2025 appraisal value of over $1 million. But behind the doors of this affluent house, a very different story was unfolding. For about 5 years, 46-year-old James Johnson allegedly held his wife Ruby as a prisoner in her own home. According to court documents, the 46-year-old disabled woman was confined to a locked bedroom, denied proper medical care, and given barely enough food to survive. Records allege that Johnson would leave one egg for his wife during the day and feed her some dinner at night. But on March 6, 2026, Ruby got a chance. James had left his cell phone on a nightstand. In an incredible act of courage, she grabbed it and dialed 911. Her plea for help was cut short when James walked back in. He allegedly slapped her, put her back in her bed, and hung up the phone, thinking he'd silenced her for good. He was wrong. The dispatcher heard enough to know this was a crisis and sent officers to the address immediately. The most chilling part, this wasn't the first time they'd been called to that house. Police had responded to a 911 call from Ruby back in November of 2025. During that visit, however, Johnson allegedly ordered his wife and the children in the house to stay silent. The officers left and no report was filed. Ruby's voice was almost silenced forever, but she refused to give up. If you believe brave voices like this, like hers, deserve to be heard, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more true crime stories that expose the truth. This time, things were different. Alerted by the violent end to the 911 call, officers uncovered the nightmare of Ruby's 5-year confinement. James Earl Johnson was arrested and hit with 2 serious felonies: injury to a disabled individual and abandoning or endangering a disabled individual. In Texas, these charges can carry severe penalties, with convictions potentially leading to decades in prison, depending on the specifics of the case. Johnson was released after posting a $50,000 bond, part of his $100,000 total bond amount, and is scheduled to appear in court on March 18th of 2026. A protective order is in place which bars him from returning to the home or contacting Ruby, who was taken to the hospital to begin her recovery. Trauma experts explain that for victims with disabilities, things like physical dependency and trauma bonds can make escaping long-term abuse feel impossible. Ruby's bravery in making that final call shattered 5 years of silence, a powerful reminder that evil can hide in the most ordinary places, and one cry for help can change everything.